Hello, everyone. I want to take a minute to discuss an issue that's kind of important right now. In light of COVID and everything else that's going on, I think it's important that we realize what we say and how we say it makes a huge difference. And for instance, um, I'm talking about headlines like this. It was inhumane, period, NAACP president calls for everyone to take a stand to end racial injustice, police brutality. Now, you may be thinking, what's wrong with this headline and everything, but if you tend to read into things like me, to me, that means go ahead and riot and do things how you want to. And I I can't get on board with it. And the reason is this. Let's go into detail because to really make a point, I need to go back and actually what happened, in the George Floyd's death, And while it is a sad thing, and I'm glad that Minnesota is, or I'm glad that they're doing something about him, charging the officer with manslaughter and all that, and all that is great, but it is never ever okay, in my opinion, to destroy a city, just steal, set law enforcement, buildings and stuff on fire, because that does not solve anything. It does not matter because, these things happen. Police are going to do what they're going to do, and they all have the freedom to do whatever they want to. Believe it or not, they do. But it also comes with consequences. And for them, for headlines like this, called for everyone to take a stand against racial injustice, police brutality. I cannot get behind this. Because I'm not going to do what the rioters are going to do. I am not going to do what the rioters are going to do. Sure, take a stand. But that does not mean destroy the city that you love. And even if you don't love to be in the city, that doesn't mean destroy it for other people. Because if we take out our Targets or Walmarts and everything else, what else are we going to have? Where are the suppliers are going to get their the meats and whatever, and keep the doors open for the small businesses and stuff? You're grinding your city to a halt. And what for? Not everyone has the money to move. They have to now live in their homes without the possibility of going out for food and supplies and stuff like that. Number one, because the stores are now all loaded. And number two, normal citizens like myself and my family and everyone else are scared to even go outside. It has to stop. Just because one person does something that you don't agree with and causes a riot does not give you or anyone else permission to destroy their city, to steal, loot, whatever. Rally peacefully, show your support for the injustice, yes. But for God's sake, just stop. It makes humans look like we're going nowhere, like we're not advancing. It makes us look like we're not even a civilization. So when something happens in my city, you can best bet that I'm going to move on. I'm going to reconsider who I elect in office. And we're going to hold the government accountable. No, not by rioting, but by voting who we put in office, who's going to oversee to make sure that this stuff does not happen. And when it does, take swift action and don't dilly-dally. Just get rid of the issue and move on. Because if there's no faith in your government, there's going to be lawlessness. And what's going on in up there is proof of that. We only have one life to live, folks. And I'd rather doing it in a way where I know that I'm doing what's right. That means I'm not going to go out and loot. I'm not going to go out and do any of that stuff. But I am going to make sure that I get the facts on who we elect in office and go from there. And like I said, some of these officers like Derek Chauvin, he may have not had an issue before this at all. Who knows? I don't know if they have a rap sheet. I don't know. But some officers, they have a choice. And when they make the wrong choice, well, that's what the higher-ups are for, to give out consequences. The consequences are never, ever should be by us. It should be by higher-ups, not us. So let's cut out the rioting. And yes, I believe we do need to stand against, racial injustice and stuff like that, but not in the way that they're doing it. Anyway, I just thought I'd give out my perspective on things, and I will continue on and just, I guess, watch the world burn. Anyway, I'll see you in future videos. Thanks. Bye.